All right, happy 2025, and I just want to sit down and share with you guys my few additions to my video kit in 2025. I feel like these are just stuff that doesn't really get talked about. We're always talking about cameras, lenses, all the new tech, but these are practical gear that I kind of started using at the end of 2024 and realized like these are super versatile to any kind of video production, whether you're doing documentaries, events, product videos, like this can be used in a wide variety. So I figured I just want to talk about it, and maybe this could be helpful, especially for people who are just wanting to start out video production or starting to get pro. These are the stuff that could be helpful for your production. So let's get started. First up is the Hollyland Solidcom SE, and this is a wireless headset solution communication system for your crew. This is specifically for small video productions or solo shooters with clients on site. Basically, these headsets allow you to efficiently communicate with your crew and maybe with the client as well, so that you don't have to yell on set anymore, because sometimes film sets can be loud depending on where you're filming. So I usually run 2 to 4 man production team and with clients on site. Usually they're on site, and this is the perfect amount of headsets for my productions. And what I have here in this nice case, it's already slightly dented from my productions because you never know where these get thrown. This is a 5 headset kit, and it's perfect amount for my use case. Basically, 2024 was the kind of like my first year of using wireless headset communication systems, because I started getting hired as a cam op for bigger productions, and they usually run a comm system. And I was like, oh, I can actually implement this into my small video productions as well. We've used a different system before, but they were laggy. They were shorter in range, and they would cut off depending on how many concrete walls we're dealing with or different obstacles that hinder the audio signals. And when we switched to the Hollyland Solidcom SE, all those problems were gone. Basically, it's a much better bang for your buck per se. It's got over 1,000 feet range, basically 350 meters. And the Hollyland system has an auto frequency hopping feature as well, so that the connection is a lot more stable, it's a lot more reliable, and there's way less interference. Another thing that sets this apart from other headsets is the environmental noise cancellation feature. Basically, if you're at a factory or shooting at an event, it's a lot more clear and it's got better audio so that you can hear your communications better with your team. Last is the push to talk feature. Basically, there's a button on the headset where it mutes your microphone, and it only enables it when you push to talk. Basically what the feature is named. It's a neat feature to have so that you always have your microphone down, and when you want to respond to your team or you want to respond to a request, you can just push to talk, and in your peripheral vision you can see a little red light to indicate that it's muted, and it turns green when you press the button so that the microphone is enabled. So again, it's a little neat feature to have in a comm system. Second one on the list is this guy. This is a super clamp. Well, let's just say super clamps, because I have like 6-8 of these already in my kit. I have 2 in this room right now, because one, you can basically clamp your lights, cameras with a fluid head on top, maybe a lightweight fluid head on top, and basically wherever you can clamp this, you can put these lights on. Let's just say you need a top light and there's a steel beam on top. You can just clamp these on, and you can put your light here, point it down, you have yourself a top light. It's an easy way to rig stuff. It's an easy way to get unique angles as well. I've mainly used projectors on here, tube lights as well, and I've done a 300 watt, then my Forza 300 on top of a super clamp. Make sure though to know the maximum weight capacity of your super clamp, because safety is always nice on set. You don't want it to be falling down if it's overweight. Or make sure that whatever surface you're clamping on can hold that weight is also a key factor, because if it's like a flimsy pole, definitely something's gonna give out, and it's either the pole or the clamp. I don't know, like just keep those in mind. But in this room, I don't like having light stands because it's already a small room, and to keep it tidy, I have these super clamps. I bought a Varipole, well, it's an impact pole. Basically, it stretches out from the ceiling to the floor, and I can just have that as my one light stand. And I have two of these holding the Forza 60. I can just put it on here. And then this can be my ambient light. Well, this is my ambient light setup. It's holding up quite great. And again, this is very versatile for a lot of this stuff, especially if you're running smaller productions, or if you're filming in small rooms, let's say a bathroom, you can easily use these as well. And maybe some sort of Varipole so that you can just rig it up high instead of having light stands in your scenes, because it's hard to light small rooms. And then, like I said, you can put a fluid head on top, maybe a smaller version, and then you can just put your cameras on there. Especially for mirrorless cameras, let's say you have an FX3 or an FX30, you can easily rig it up on top of here, and you can just place it, unique angles down low or high up with a wide angle. Super clamps are very, very versatile. The third piece are friction arms, or magic arms is what we call it. Adding these to the clamps or super clamps, these are very popular for a reason. A lot of people have these in their kits because they're super versatile. You can ask any filmmakers who have used magic arms, because sometimes it's saved their productions, or that you're trying to rig something onto your camera and you don't have that specific rigging part. Small friction arms are the way to go. You can put wireless transmitters, microphones. These ones I used for POV shots in terms of social media content, and you've seen those a lot on Reels. One that's holding my key light right now is with a super clamp and a big friction arm, and it's holding up really well. It's been here for quite some time, like months now. And I highly recommend having different sizes in your kit, because these can alleviate some issues on set, especially if you're trying to rig something. So last, but definitely not the least, Gaffer's tape. Gaffer's tape is one of the crucial things that I have in my kit. Now, this is not like a new addition in 2025. I've been using Gaffer's tape in my kit since I don't know when I started, a year in after I started. After I started working with other people, they were like, Gaffer's tape, do you have a Gaffer's tape? It's like, no, what is that? And that time I was a noob and I didn't know what I was doing. I just showed up with a camera. But Gaffer's tape, because one, for me at least, I use this for camera placements, like markers. So let's just say I've set up my shot, and on a tripod, I'm just going to mark that placement, the tripod placement, mark it on the floor so that just in case I need to move it again, I can just put it back to where I had it. It's great for product placements as well, desks, platforms, whatever that needs to be placed at a specific spot. This is a good marker on the floor. You can have different colors as well, and it's great for, again, markers. And second thing that I use this a lot for is once you've set up your light and it's not moving anymore, like it's staying there, I would tape the wires on the floor to prevent tripping, because one, we want to promote safety on set, because if someone trips, that's a workplace injury potential. They can trip and break their bone or whatever. We want to lessen that. We want to prevent that. And, you have to deal with insurance. Someone's hurt on set, and it's because you didn't tape the wires on the floor. Basically, you just tape it on the floor and you don't have any tripping hazards. Again, safety on set, always prioritize that so that no one gets hurt. Third thing that I use this for, especially if I forget, like a step-up ring or an adapter for a specific filter, My last resort is a gaffer's tape. It's black too, so I can just wrap it onto the lens. Let's say an ND filter that doesn't fit the filter thread. I'm just gonna tape that on the lens. And as long as you're not swinging your camera hard, like this is a good solution for that. I've used gaffer's tape as well for a video transmitter, and I taped it on the back of this V-mount. And it's black and it matches, and I mean, it held up to it on the whole days of shoot because I didn't have an extra magic arm or any place at all to place that video transmitter, because I think at that time my rig was still kind of incomplete and I totally forgot a few pieces. So gaffer's tape. Taped it on the back of my V-mount and it was perfect. It held onto it and we had wireless video on set. So I do a lot of product shoots as well, and I use this a lot, especially if I don't have anything for a product to stand on. If it needs to be upright, what I would do is basically roll this, right? Kind of wrap it and adhesive out like that into a ball. And let's say I'm trying to film this case right here, and I want the phone to stand and I don't have anything. Well, now I have the gaffer's tape. Just put it right here. Okay, it's gonna stand. There you go. And now we have a standing phone. And then now I can shoot whatever I need to shoot with this case. So things like that, you know, like gaffer's tape can be your absolute temporary fix for a lot of stuff on set. But yeah, basically, this can be a lifesaver on set for most common issues. Put one in your bag, put one in your camera case, and put one in your car. This will most likely be helpful in your next shoot. But yeah, these are the 4 things that I'm constantly going to bring into my productions in 2025. Even if it's not my production, if I get hired as a cam op, an assistant, or anything, these are the stuff that I'm going to bring with me all the time, even the wireless headset, because communication is key. Communication is key. So it's 2025, and if you have any other gear recommendations to your fellow filmmakers, comment down below and share the love, and I will see you next video. Peace.